Well, hey everybody, I'm Emily Roberts. I'm super excited for tonight. We are going to cover 5 amazing tips on how to follow up on work potentials. So if you are a first timer, just know that this call is recorded. It'll be on YouTube later. If you are not subscribed to my YouTube channel, hit subscribe and you can get all these awesome training videos. I'm Emily Roberts. I am a diamond, been doing this thing since July 2014, and I do not know everything, okay? But anytime I learn something really cool, exciting, or new, I love sharing it with you guys first. So let's talk following up. You think that people ignore you, maybe, right? Maybe you tell people you're checking in on them, or maybe you don't know what to say. You're just like, Emily, I feel like I bug everybody. I feel like nobody wants to hear from me. And when I come and knock in, they go running because they're just like, oh, here comes the plexus roll. So let's cover some really simple, brief basics on how to avoid the awkwardness when you're following up with people. So if you're taking notes, jot this one down. My first tip is ask your potential. Ask them for guidance on the best way to follow up with them. That way you're adding value and you're not being annoying. For instance, when I'm having a conversation with someone, we're talking about babies, we're talking about life, and then plexus comes up, we're talking products, and maybe money's tight, and they make you aware of that. I'm not going to sit there and badger them into ordering, and I'm not going to overcome every cost objection, because if it's not payday, it's not payday, right? I know I would feel weird if someone kept doing that to me, so I'm not going to do that to them. Instead, I'm going to say, you know what? How about I follow up with you around the 15th? What is the best way to do that? And that leads me into number 2. So after you have asked them the best way to follow up with them and the best date to do so, number 2 is asking what they prefer to be contacted. Do they want you to call them in 2 weeks? Would they like to be emailed information? Would they like you to host a sip and see at their house, or maybe an online event for them and their family? What is their preferred method of communication? Now, just know that if you do it through Messenger, that's totally fine, but I want you to find a way to stand out in their inbox. And that's the conversation you're gonna have with them. Say something like, you probably get 200 emails a day with like all the things you're subscribed to. So if I email you, is there something I can put in the subject line so you know it's me? Or if it's a Facebook Messenger, maybe they're in another network marketing company, or maybe they have a photography business. Maybe they're really busy and you know their network is crazy. Ask them, what can our code word be so you don't miss my message? Now, number 3. I told you we're going to zoom right through these because I want to get to the good meaty stuff. Number 3, make sure you always end each conversation with a clearly defined next step. How many of you can raise your hands, I can see you. How many of you end your conversations with, let me know if you need any help? Let me know when you go to my website. I know, awkward. I see some of you are like blushing. It's totally okay. I want you to know I've been there, done that. And it's not that that's lazy follow-up technique. It's just because you are unaware, or maybe you don't know. So what I like to do is finish the conversation with a commitment, whether it's asking them another question or getting a commitment from them, and then in return, they get a commitment from you. They know the date that you're going to follow up. They know the information they're going to get from you, and they know how you're going to follow up. So you don't want it to turn into this game of cat and mouse, right? If that's how you feel in your follow-ups right now, I get it. And you feel like you're going through your Facebook Messenger, your text messages, however you follow up with people, and you're like, she hates me, he won't reply, he avoided me at church, she won't even talk to my husband at work anymore. If that's how you feel, let's end our conversations with commitments. Meaning, when I end my conversation, I say, you know what? I just really enjoyed our chat today. I'm going to follow up with you on the 15th. Be sure to check your email tonight around 9 o'clock. I'm going to email you the information we talked about. Can you look it over and send me the number 1 thing that stands out to you? Ask, not necessarily giving them homework, but asking them something, making them commit to something for you. Number 4, this leads directly into number 4, is summarizing your conversations and getting written confirmation from them. So for instance, here's an example. So just to sum up what we were talking about today, I think triplex is your best bet for your first month. Let's start you slowly. Let's talk detox, maybe some die-off symptoms. Maybe in your second month, we were talking about accelerator plus or ease. Let me know which one you were thinking. I'm gonna get additional information to you in the morning by email. What is the best contact email address for you? Do you see I've only asked them 2 questions? I've summarized what we just did, but I asked for their email and I asked which product they're thinking about for their second month. You see how I'm like foreseeing that future sale? I'm not just, oh, give me 30 days, please give me 30 days. No, we're talking them into that second month because these products are not quick fixes, you guys. If that's what you signed up for, you're in the wrong company. So let's project into the future and get that commitment from them one last time. Another way that you can do this is by sending them the shareables that you have direct access to from your back office. If you log into your back office and click tools, guess what? You have links to all the different products that you can send on email, Facebook, Twitter, or text messages. Now, why should you do this? Well, first of all, I don't know about you guys, but when I take notes or if I'm trying to go through all my follow-ups, it's like chicken scratch. I can't keep up with everything. I have terrible memory. I have mommy brain. I'm currently pregnant, so mommy brain plus pregnancy brain. I have little toddlers running around that I'm trying to keep alive. So I just want to make sure I summarize everything right there. So when I do go follow up, my last message is right there. I know what we talked about. Yeah, doesn't that sound helpful? The second reason why this is important is to prove that you understand their needs. This isn't about us. The whole time you're talking, the whole time you're sharing a testimony, they're thinking in their mind, what will this do for me? How will this make me feel? How will this impact my life? How will this make me money? So make sure that when you reiterate and summarize, you're telling them, I understand your needs. I hear you loud and clear. This is what we're talking about. And it makes you look incredibly professional and less salesy. Not to mention very genuine because you're caring about them. Lastly, it holds your prospects accountable because you're summarizing it and you're leaving them with a clear set of instructions. Hold them accountable for what they have told you. All right, you told me that you wanted to get started. This gives you permission to follow up on that date that you brought up, okay? So on the 15th, when you're like, hey girl, it's me, they're not like, oh, here she comes again. No, they know to expect you to follow up with them. They know what kind of information you're gonna provide, and they know what they should be getting ready for up until that next date. Yes? Yes. All right, last but not least, tip number 5, always, always, always have a specific reason to contact your prospect, your potential, whatever you wanna call them. Never just call to touch base or check in. How many of you message your potential, I'm just checking in. I'm just checking in on you. Oh, I'm so guilty of this. I'll be the first to raise my hand all day. There's nothing necessarily wrong with that, but let me tell you, if you go to any sales seminar, that is a technique that salespeople are taught. I don't want to be lumped into that category, okay? Keeping it intentional. Remember how last Monday we coded and deemed our Mondays mindful Mondays because we are going to fill our minds with positivity and determination. We're going to be intentional with how we talk to people. We're going to ask how their weekends were to kickstart our week and theirs. Well, if we keep it intentional with specific questions like, how was your weekend? Or I saw your recent Facebook post. Is your son okay? Or whatever it is, you're intentionally talking to them. It's not like, okay, maybe that's why you don't know how to follow up. Maybe that's why you feel so frustrated. You're like, I just feel like I'm beating around the bush. Okay, we'll get to the point. Be intentional. If you're there to follow up, make sure they know that. For instance, start the conversation with, hey, just so you know, the reason that I'm messaging you today is blank. I thought of something from our last conversation. I saw this testimony today and I just had to share it with you. I wanted to see if you guys got paid early like we did. Be intentional and be honest and be genuine. And I guarantee you will just, your follow-up method will completely change. When your sales follow-up for your business is not 100% about you anymore, your response rates and engagement numbers will dramatically increase. They just will, because people will feel cared about. Remember this, we rise by lifting others and we grow by helping others. You guys, this is network marketing, right? Yes. But more so, it's relationship marketing. You will hear that term over and over in this business. If you've been here for a while, you hear it over and over. If you lose sight of why you are in this plexus biz, have you not been helping people? Or have you only been helping yourself? Your follow-up methods should be surrounded by helping others. You know, instead of just checking in on people or making sure that they're drinking their water, why don't you just go give them a pat on the back and say, hey, I saw you drank your pink drink today, or I emailed you that Lexi app track today, and I just wanted to message you and make sure you got that information. Do you have any questions? I think the more genuine we are in our reach outs, not only will that help us grow as Plexus ambassadors for our own business, but imagine as you start growing your team, the kind of leader that will make you. Because you're being intentional with every move you make, and you're not wasting your time. If people aren't giving you an answer, you have to ask why. Now, two other things I want to throw in there that I've mentioned before. If someone is giving you crickets, okay, this is someone that you either go to church with, you work with, someone you talk to on a regular basis, and they're not answering you, one of my favorite responses is messaging them and saying, hey, it's so unlike you to not reply. Is everything okay? That kind of, you know, breaks down the barrier of this got awkward, and you don't have to say that. You can reword it that way. Another way that I like to kind of shift the conversation is being completely honest and say, look, I am so sorry. I have, you know, brought up Plexus first and foremost. I just want you to know I care about you, and I'm here. My door is open. Again, you're being intentional. You're putting it out there. You're being honest. But at the end of the day, use these 5 tips to follow up in a less salesy way, and just watch how your team will duplicate this. And not even that, but watch how your customers start becoming ambassadors because they feel loved on. And that's what we all want, right? We want them to get the best deal possible and to join our team because they feel like they're becoming a part of a family. I know you guys will use these tips and implement them and teach them to your teams, and I can't wait to hear all about it.